Get the parts of the coaches. There's coaches for the Dean, all the runner, and school on the card. If we have that, then it should go here.
This is Calvin Castine trying to put up with the weather. It's the first weekend in October, and we're at the Cougar Invitational, October 4th, 2003. Seems like every year they schedule this cross-country invitational, and every year the weather just seems to get worse than it was the year before. We're about to start the varsity competition. We're up on the north end of the school grounds, up near the bus garage soccer field, just to our left. And we're here because there is some activity. The runners will be coming through here, and we're trying to keep out of the weather as much as possible. The schools listed to participate include Osable Valley, Beekmantown, Bellows Free Academy from Vermont, Franklin Academy from Malone, Missisquoi Valley Union from Vermont, Northeastern Clinton, Peru Central, Seton Catholic, and Ticonderoga. The varsity boys are about to take off at 10:51 a.m. About 17 minutes from now, the race winners will cross. Travis Dragoon from Northeastern is, I believe, unbeaten this year. Always some strong schools that come into this tournament, so it could be a different situation for him. We'll follow them for as far as we can. Looks like Bellows Free Academy, I believe those are the school colors, the green and gold from St. Albans, BFA. We'll have a better idea when they cross up here. You have to do is run your own race. Don't worry about the pace somebody else is setting. Otherwise you could burn yourself out and not be able to finish strong. So you run your own race out here. Usually there are spotters along the way that'll tell kids what their time is at a given point, and they can get an idea how they're doing. We have moved. The course continues around the edge of Prospect Hill Road. We see Dragoon is in second place. We have a BFA runner in first. Dragoon running neck and neck with him. BFA, then Ticonderoga, and 3 Peru runners. It's all pretty tight right now. Osable Valley, more Peru, MVU, Missisquoi Valley, the Beekmantown, some Cougars. Races are relatively pretty tight at this point. I have a couple coming after these 2 Beekmantown runners. We'll follow these guys so you can see where they go. They go in through the sumacs over here. As far as I know, we've never lost anybody in there yet. They run through those sumacs and carry on. We're going to attempt to walk and talk so we can pick up the leaders just rounding the area by the track at school. Looks like the BFA runner and Dragoon still running neck and neck. And the BFA runner, then the runner from Ticonderoga. Of course, it's a team sport. You want to be the one who finishes first, but as far as the team goes, you take your top finishers and you work out the standings from there as to how many points your team gets. You can see it's still pretty tight over there. This is not the views that we normally get at the cross-country meet. However, the weather with the rain, the wind we can put up with, the rain would ruin our camera. So we are doing what we can. And you can see the spectators are enjoying the weather also. And there's those final two runners from Beekmantown. There are officials stationed throughout. Make sure no mishaps on the course, and also I'm sure to make sure that nobody cuts corners. Way off in the distance on the other side of the soccer field, the runners disappear from our view. I thought we'd see a head stick up over there. Once they get down there, they kind of disappear. There's a golf cart over there with more race officials. You can see the flag blowing in the wind. Temperatures in the mid-40s, but severe wind makes it feel much colder. And of course, once again, the factor that adds the biggest problem for us here at Hometown Cable is the rain. In the near part of our view is the finish line. And the other arch you see beyond there is, of course, a goal from the soccer field, but the arch you see here is the finish line, and up here we have the 3-mile arch. And also we see the Champlain EMS here on duty. They're here every year. This is the 8th annual Invitational. We've been to most of them. The past several years we've been fortunate to have Frank Woodward here adding his expertise, but with the graduation of his son Garrett, we kind of lost Frank's input, and we missed that because he's very knowledgeable when it comes to cross country and to running in general. Looks like the leader, normally we're situated right up on that corner there. Looks like the leader is now about to, there he is. No, it's not the leader. Here comes the leader. No. We're being fooled here as they're coming around that corner, but they'll be coming, heading in the other direction. I think we have our leader in sight now. About 13 minutes into the race. And I guess we still don't have our leader coming around. Yes, we do. There we go. There we go. There is our leader, and that looks like it's a Cougar uniform. And that looks like it's going to be Travis Dragoon. And there comes a BFA runner. And unless somebody is up here ahead that I didn't notice, I'm guessing that Dragoon is leading the pack. Dragoon, as we said, unbeaten this year. This is his home course, and knows how to pace himself. There's the two BFA runners. So it looks like Dragoon has really opened up a lead. He'll be coming through here very shortly. I believe he'll pass right through here. We can't wander out too far. We are protected here. The wind is keeping the rain back a little bit. The wind hits off the trees immediately behind us. I'm actually leaning, not so it holds me up, but leaning it back as far as I can against the branches, and creates a buffer zone, and it's keeping the precipitation and the wind away from us. I'm guessing we're about 15 minutes into the race. Dragoon's personal record is in the 16-minute mark. We're here earlier in the week and he had a very low 17s, but it wasn't his personal best. And I believe he holds the track record, or the course record, I should say. I'm anticipating him showing up here any minute as we see more racers coming through the field down below. There he comes. And I think we'll keep our camera on him as the leader. Seems to be running at a very easy pace right now. Saving himself for that final fury. Quite a bit of a lead on the number 2 runner. Here comes the number 2 runner. And the number 3 runner, both from BFA, then 2 Ticonderoga runners. Sorry we don't have the names of all the runners. Here comes Dragoon. And we'll keep the camera on Travis Dragoon. I'm sure he'd want it that way. A little tough doing it this direction because this is the direction that the raindrops are coming in from. So my guess is it's going to be somewhere in the 17-minute area. We'll keep the camera running and I'll tell you approximately how far ahead of the number 2 and 3 winners, or number 2 and 3 placers that he finishes. Looks like he's crossing right about now. Here comes the number 2. Three, 4, and 5. And Dragoon is unofficially, he is about 30, almost 30 seconds ahead of number 2. 3, 4, and 5 finishing up. And looks like Peru runners coming through. Ticonderoga, Peru Blue, and the MVU, I believe, right here in the Missisquoi Valley. It gets kind of crowded at that finish line as students and family gather around, cheer on the finishers. Again, this is not the view we prefer. But basically it came down to this or nothing, and this is winning out. The herd of cougar runners right here. We will show this in the Plattsburgh and Malone school systems because of the Franklin Academy and other schools, Peru and Seton, all Sable Valley runners. These runners are finishing close right now, right around the 20-minute mark. And of course there's a lot of races within the races here. If you're near somebody, you've got that extra incentive to try to beat the person next to you. Get that one place higher in the finish. Runners continuing to come through. If the rain doesn't get any worse, we will stick around for the varsity girls. But if the rain picks up, and it's supposed to as the day progresses, then we would probably not continue with this coverage. You can see from our lens, our raindrops falling on our lens. Runners coming through. Ticonderoga runner. You can see the coach here cheering on this Squaw Valley runner. The coach saying, "Let it go, Justin, let it go. Now, now." I think Justin is tired. Town runner chasing the Peru runner, chasing the Cougar runner. This guy's going to burn up more energy than everybody in the race. All right, pretty good times here. We're still looking at the 22-minute area. So these are pretty good times. Everybody's finishing with pretty good times here. 3 miles plus. And I'm not sure if there's another runner out there or not, but we're going to pause right now and wait for the girls. Hopefully the weather will not deteriorate. We are back.
All right.
The weather has not improved.
Set and go. As they go, everybody.
We're ready for the girls' race to start.
Runner, set, go.
There they go. Well, the Cougars, Katrin Herdick has been the top runner. Not familiar with the other schools. Our apologies to those watching in other areas. We're not familiar with your runners. In the future years, if you come to this thing and you want to provide us with information, we'll be more than happy to share it with our viewers. Cougar 8th Annual Cross Country Invitational. They had a community run, they had a 10 and under run prior to this. They started with the boys, varsity boys this year, and now the varsity girls. Looks like the Cougar has the lead. After the varsity girls, they'll have the JV boys and the JV girls and the modified. But I don't think we'll be sticking around for those due to the problems with our coverage because of the inclement weather. Weather is rarely good for this annual invitational for some reason. It's the first weekend in October, but somehow it just seems to always turn bad after September ends. We'll give you a little sneak peek into the sumacs that they'll be running through. They come through here and there's a little up and down in there through the trees. Our first runners should be up here very shortly, coming around here. And here comes our leader. It is McPetridge from Northeastern, and she has quite a lead at the moment over her nearest competitor. Here comes more runners. We did not see anybody. We don't remember seeing anybody from Franklin Academy, so maybe Franklin Academy is a no-show. We don't see anybody from Seton Catholic. With Ticonderoga, Northeastern, BFA, Beacontown, BFA, Northeastern, Peru, Northeastern and BFA, Alsable Valley, Northeastern, Beacontown, Ticonderoga, Northeastern, 5 Peru runners bunched up. Must be a basketball team. Beacontown, Ticonderoga, another Peru runner, and a couple more Eagles. This may or may not work, but we're going to wander through here. Never know who you might bump into on the way through. There's people hidden in here. It must be like a Sherwood Forest. Just to give you an idea what the runners encounter. Of course, when they come through here, they're not going as fast as I am, but this just gives you an idea what they encounter when they run through here. And not sure what we'll find at the other end, because this is my first trip through here. Looks like they could find muskrats sticking out of the hole too. And there they go around the corner. We'll pick up on them when they come back in view, which will be just a moment as far as you watching at home are concerned. We have a windshield now in front of us. I see a couple of BFA runners. I haven't noticed Herdick coming through. Now I see another BFA runner in the distance. So I'm unsure if Herdick is way ahead of the pack or if she's fallen behind. We're trying to shoot this through the windshield. It doesn't look like it's coming out too good. Hopefully as they get closer we'll have a better view, but the rain is coming down and making it just about impossible to tape it from the outside. It doesn't look like two BFA runners leading the pack. And I think we've spotted Herdick not too far behind. These are just some runners getting used to the course, staying warm. This will obviously be the last race that we'll cover today. Weather is not improving, and there's not much sense in taping this through windshield wipers. We will pick them up as they come through here. It looks like Herdick is in the lead. She was probably so far ahead that I haven't noticed the other two runners come through. We'll see. Yes, Herdick is going to be the first one through here. So what I was looking at prior was the number 2 and 3 runners. She was so far ahead of them that I didn't see her, so Katrin Herdick will finish first in this event, unless she should fall down between here and the finish mark. Just went through the 3-mile marker. So we'll keep the camera rolling. As she goes through to the finish line. Excuse our movement here. We're trying to get as wide a view as we can. So there's Herdick. And finishing now. And we'll keep the camera rolling so we can give you an idea of just how far ahead she is. So like her Cougar cohort, Travis Davison, she will finish quite a bit ahead of the number 2 runner. Number 3 is a Cougar. And not sure if that's Aaron Connor. Let's see. No, I'm not sure who that is. Unfortunately not, well, if that's Hool, I'm not sure, but we'll try to give you that information at the end of the race. And there's the number 2 and 3. They're finishing, I'm thinking about a minute behind Herdick. And the Cougar runner will finish 4th. And we'll just keep track of them as they come through here. Peru, Northeastern. And we've got some more coming up through here. Cougars going to have 5 up toward the front. The Beekmantown runner that came through, some Peru runners. There's the Ticonderoga runner. Some more Peru runners. And the rain continues to come down, making it impractical, not impossible, but impractical for us to be outside. Could very easily ruin the camera. It's just not an event worth taping that's going to cause me to ruin the camera. I've done that in the past and regretted it forever, so I'll try to avoid that in the future. There's Thai, Peru, Northeastern. I'm keeping the time on there because allow you to get a rough estimate within a minute of where the runner's times lie. Comes another runner up. This is a sable runner, I believe. And it looks like there's quite a distance between this runner and the next one. So we'll follow her down there. There is quite a drop right here where it'll possibly disappear from our view. And then on to the finish line. If anyone asks you about the weather of October 4th, 2003, you can tell them it was rainy and cold and windy and far from ideal weather for a cross-country invitational. We have another Beekmantown runner coming into view. And we'll pick up as she approaches the finish line. A few stalwart fans out cheering them on. These could be the final two. We see somebody out behind them. That person has a hood up. Whether they be running with a hood up or not, I do not know. This look there. Yeah, these are both Beekmantown runners. It looks like they're happy to be near the finish. It's all downhill from here, girls. As they finish, this will conclude our video portion of coverage of this cross-country meet. We're just showing you a little bit of what happened here today. As I said earlier, there was a community run, a 10 and under run prior to that, and coming up, but not on tape, are going to be JVs, boys and girls, and modified boys and girls, and then an awards ceremony. I will attempt to get the information from the awards ceremony and pass along the top finishers right now, so please stay tuned for that. We should have the top finishers coming right up here. In the meantime, our thanks for those of you who are supporting our efforts. We apologize to the runners involved, the Cougar Running Club that puts on this event every year, and the weather was too much of a problem for us to deal with. So in the meantime, thanks for watching, for those of you supporting our ongoing efforts.